Today, I'm going to recap a 2020 Korean thriller movie, called Search Out. This movie tells the story about a hacker who tracks a serial killer that kills using social media. So, what are the methods? What is the motive behind the killings? Let's find it out. The movie starts with a sociopath who receives and complies with strange missions from Instagram. The missions involve watching a mysterious video overnight, isolating himself for 24 hours, hurting himself, and a last mission which is yet to be revealed. Enough with the mystery. We are introduced to our main protagonists. A kind young man named Jun who wants to be an office worker. But in real life, he works as a cashier. He also has a religious friend, Sung, who wants to be a police officer, but works as a courier. They live in the same building together. In Instagram, Jun is actually an influencer with 12,000 followers who loves to help people promote their business. This is how Jun meets a woman to help grow her psychology consulting business. Her name is Won. She gives free career counsel for low-income people, for the good cause. One day, Jun and Sung's neighbor receives an odd message with a black and white whale photo from Instagram account, Ereshkigal. She is asked about the meaning of her life and gets more depressing replies upon messaging. Neighbor is also among the Jun's 12,000 followers. She wants to meet Jun to talk about her depression of becoming an idol star in Seoul, but Jun rejects her because he is afraid of neighbor knowing that he is a loser in real life. A mysterious person stalks the housing and takes photos of neighbor. On Sung's way home, he almost crashes into Stalker, but Stalker doesn't say a word and leaves. The next day, a detective came into their building and informed that their neighbor has committed suicide. He also questions Jun and Sung about it. Due to his guilt of rejecting his neighbor, Jun determines to investigate it further. One day, Jun is also messaged by Ereshkigal and asked about the meaning of life. Seeing the strange message, Jun deletes it. Suddenly, neighbor's Instagram account messages Jun and asks to answer the question. Surprised by the incident, Sung accompanies Jun to investigate the motive. They came to Ereshkigal's Instagram page that is full of dark and depressing contents, with the black and white whale photo among them. They confront and accuse Ereshkigal of killing neighbor in Instagram. In another place, a sociopath is seen looking at the whale photo that usually appears in the odd messages. Due to the oddity, Jun and Sung report it to detective who handles neighbor's case, but detective refuses to investigate deeper. Detective states that the investigation is closed since the motives are already clear. They desperately ask a gangster boss to help them investigate. A gangster member named Nori decided to join the team as a hacker. She found out that Ereshkigal is actually an alias for a Sumerian underworld goddess. Nori tracked Ereshkigal's IP but she failed. So, she decided to retrace those who had visited the account. To their surprise, a lot of people who have visited the Ereshkigal Instagram account are dead. Jun and Sung visit the victims' families but are rejected due to their trauma. While visiting the families, a stalker stalks them. Upon realizing this, Jun and Sung chases stalker but he can get away. After the chase, Jun and Sung receive unsettling news. Ereshkigal comments on Nori's post with the same question. What is the meaning of life? Upon realizing that she is being watched by stalker, she lures and captures him with a taser. Stalker reveals that he knew Ereshkigal from social media. They became friends and kept in touch. However, one day, Ereshkigal threatened to reveal Stalker's secrets if he didn't do his bidding. So, he is sent by Ereshkigal to get information about the victims. Although Stalker was threatened at first, he became addicted to looking into people's private lives and continues to help Ereshkigal. With the information from Stalker, Ereshkigal will get into the victim's consciousness through social media and provoke stress to the point the victims kill themselves. The next day, the detective accuses Sociopath of being Ereshkigal and raided his place. However, Sociopath has shot himself and died, as his last mission from Ereshkigal. Detective informs Jun that Ereshkigal is dead, and he can rest assured. However, Nori is still curious and investigates further. After that, Ereshkigal messages Nori and provokes her stress. Due to her personal depression, Nori finally gets into the trap and wants to commit suicide. But, she is saved by Jun and Sung. Seeing that Ereshkigal has gotten to Nori, Sung enrages and provokes Ereshkigal through his live streamer friend streaming. Then, Sung is contacted by Ereshkigal. But it turns out that he falls into his trap. Sung is given missions similar to what Ereshkigal gave Sociopath. Luckily, Jun suddenly breaks into the room and saves Sung. In the hospital, Nori talked to Jun about the reason behind her attempt. She also provides information on Ereshkigal to Jun in order to help him capture the culprit. In addition, Jun also asks his live streamer friend for help. During the action, Jun is followed and confronted by many Ereshkigal followers. Sung comes to Jun's rescue and saves him. However, the detective is there and aims a gun at Jun's head. Jun is kidnapped to Ereshkigal headquarters. After kidnapping Jun, detective demands Ereshkigal to fulfill the promise of letting his secrets go. It turns out that Ereshkigal is actually the woman who contacted June previously. And Sociopath was only one of her pawns. One asks Sociopath to commit suicide and Detective to raid the place, to cover her identity. One explains that she wants to take her revenge on June. 3 years ago, June complained about a moldy fried chicken using his social media. The post went viral and the restaurant was boycotted. The parent of the company was also investigated by authorities and went bankrupt. The owner of the company is actually One's father who died after the incident. One tried to kill June using psychological trauma, induced by her messages on Ereshkigal. But, things got out of hand and she hurt many people, especially those around June. In the headquarters, One commands the detective to kill June. Meanwhile, One's followers try to kill Sung in a parking lot. However, Nori and the gang members come and rescue them. June chases One to the rooftop to confront her once more. One is composed because she knows that June doesn't have enough evidence to incriminate her. However, June actually recorded One's confession in the headquarters, on a hidden camera provided by Livestreamer. One desperately jumped from the building to kill herself. Fortunately, the police are there and prevents her from suicide. One is incriminated for the killings then. At the end of the movie, June reworks his approach in social media. He posts the whole story of the moldy fried chicken and One's confession, saying that he will accept any encouragement or criticism. In addition, he also confesses his profession as a part-time cashier without hiding it.